Hi, welcome back, and if you've not been here before, then my name is Stephen and I'm the man with the hat. Today I'm going to be showing you the top 5 apps I believe that you should have installed on your phone to make your metal detecting hobby so much easier, and we'll do that right now. To be part of the team, hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so we can continue the journey forward together. Yes, this video is about the top 5 apps I recommend you have installed on the phone. The first one I'm going to bring you right now is called Geolocation, and I wouldn't be without this one. Let's nip over now and I'll show you exactly how it works. Yeah, so let's get on with Geolocation, my favourite app, number 1 of 5. Do you like my new studio, by the way? Let's switch to the camera. There we go. Top left corner, Geo Pro. And it opens up straight away with nothing to do, nothing to set up, and it's ready to use. You can see on there that you've got the latitude, longitude, altitude, and the start time and run time. We're going to run this now, but I'm indoors at the moment, and you can see when I start updating that I'm not going to get brilliant accuracy because I'm indoors. I really need more than 3, I believe, of the 12 satellites to get a good fix. So we'll press the button and we'll run the app. You can see it's starting at accuracy on that blue bar at 65 meters, down to 48, 32, 24. We might get down to 12 or 8 meters being indoors. Now when you're in a field, of course, it'll be very accurate because you'll have a bigger area of sky for those satellites. So we'll hold it there because we're not going to get much more than 6 meters. We'll press the red stop updating, and there you've got all the information saved, but it's now what you do with it that's very interesting. There's 3 buttons we're going to use at the bottom of the screen, and the left hand one with the square with the arrow pointing up is to share or save. So we'll press that one, and it gives us a pop-up with the option of emailing, texting, or bookmark. Well, I'm not going to send this to anybody else. I'm going to keep it on my phone for reference as a bookmark. So I'll press bookmark. That flips over a new screen ready to take the next geolocation. Later on, when I want to come back to this geolocation, because maybe I was in the middle of a field, which happened to me recently, a farmer took me to a brand new permission. I didn't know where it was, and he took me to it, and I saved it as a bookmark so I could get back to it later, and I'd find the easiest way to drive to it because I had no idea. So what we need to do to get back to this location is just go to the second icon at the bottom, which looks like a book. We'll press that, and up comes all the bookmarks we've previously saved. I'm going to give you an example now of one that I did on the 13th of November 2017 when I was in the middle of a field. I just touched the 13th of November 2017, and up comes the bookmark that I saved on that day. The information is all there. If you go to the third icon on the bottom, which gives you the folded map with a pin on the top, it takes you to the exact geolocation that you were at. So this could be a memorable place you want to go back to because you found something of interest there. It could be the middle of a field that you want to go back to, or the gate of a field to try and locate it again. And if you were not in a field, it would give you the exact address, the road name, the postcode, and the number of the house maybe that you're outside. And if you go to the top right hand corner where it says address, you can see how that would work. But because we're in the middle of a field, of course, it's not going to give you the postcode because there isn't one. You can view this in satellite mode, also hybrid, as well as the street view. And that gives you everything you need to be able to see exactly where you were when you took that bookmark. I find this most useful indeed, and therefore I would class this as the number 1 of the top 5 apps that you would need in your phone. Right, so number 2 in my list of the top 5 apps you should have on your phone, in my opinion, is Runkeeper. I'm using it for metal detecting. It also pauses when you stop and dig a hole so you can see where the holes were. Now, to demonstrate this, I'm actually just going to go over onto the cricket square over there and do some walking with this and stopping now and again as if I'm digging a hole. Okay, I'll catch you in a minute. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? So let's now get on the phone, open up Runkeeper and see the result of that gridding walk as similar to what I'd be doing with the detector, including the pauses. So get the app up onto the phone. Runkeeper is up there. The setting up process is very easy. You can set it up for walking or for running, and you can change between them if you wish. It also gives you various other things like your workout, your music if you had any, your walking time, and the calories burned. But that's great if you're interested in those sort of things. I am, but I also use it, as I said, to map my walk and see where I've covered on the ground, how far I've walked, and how long I've been walking for. Because it takes the pauses as well and stops the counter, but it actually marks the pauses so you can see where you stopped to dig a hole. So let's go back. On the bottom left hand side of the icons, there's a smiley face there with me. So I'll go on there. And you can see 2 days ago, I did my first walk with it, and it was 17 minutes 12 seconds, 1.11 miles. I just walked from here to B&Q, and you can see when I got to B&Q inside the store, I did some stops to look at things on the shelves and go to checkout and this sort of thing. And you can see the pause button came in, the timer stopped. So whilst you're only recording your walking time, not the whole time you're actually out detecting, that's good. I have the pause feature turned on so I can see where the holes were, and I can match that with an overlay of next time I go out on the same field to see where the holes were. So overlaying them, you can obviously get a better picture. So let's go to the one you saw, which is this morning, and I go back and I take this morning, which is 0.15 miles, 5 minutes and 3 seconds. And that's what it looked like. I was walking at 33.09 minutes to a mile, burned 16 calories. And we'll just go back on that and tap that to open. You can see the green pin there is where I started, and the red pin is where I finished. And I thought I was walking a fairly good grid, but apparently I wasn't. I was all over the place. And you can see the 2 grey pins as well, where I stopped for a pause to imitate, if you like, stopping to dig a hole. And the summary on there, you can share with other people, you can save it, as I said, and you can overlay next time round to make sure that you've walked between those lines, you've covered all the ground on your gridding, you can see where the finds were, and I find this a really useful app. So that's Runkeeper. That's my number 2 recommendation on the list of top 5. Hope you enjoyed that one. And now for app number 3 out of 5 that I recommend that all metal detectors should have installed on their phone. But I'm not quite sure if everyone can. You'll have to let me know, Android users, because this really excited me when I found that I got it as standard. And for years, I've never known it was there. It's called the magnifier, and it uses the camera lens. This is quite something. I use it all the time. Now, in the field, when you want to get an identification of something, you had to take a picture of it, crop it, and then zoom in, or use a magnifying glass or whatever. This changes everything for me, and it's really cool. If the feature is switched on, you simply press the home button 3 times, and the magnifier comes on. Now, here's have a look at my Edward VI shilling, which I found. And using the yellow scroll bar at the bottom, or you can use pinch and zoom, you can crop in a very fine detail on any part of the coin, and it keeps its clarity. It's brilliant. And if you wanted to, you could just press the yellow button at the middle bottom, which would normally take a photograph, and that freeze frames the picture. So therefore, there it is on there it is on your screen, and I can show that to somebody and get an ID. That is a wonderful app, which I say I never even knew existed, and I'm so happy that it does. Consequently, I use it all the time, and that's why I recommend this one as my 3rd in the top 5 of recommended apps. Well, I hope you really enjoyed that number 3. This one, number 4, has been recently introduced to me as a new app I've never seen before or heard of, and I love it. So much so that I've made it number 4 in my top 5, and it's called What 3 Words. So let me just think off the top of my head. I made a note here this morning of all the things I could possibly think, and I'm sure there's lots more of uses it could be. To locate your parked car, whether it be a supermarket or maybe you're parked in a field somewhere and you're all driving just in a few cars and you've got to walk back, you don't know where your car is. You've got a friend who's digging with you and they call you on your phone and say, over here, look what I found, and where are you? And I'm waving. Well, I can't see you. There's 999 other people in the field. They can just send you this by phone, and it's so easy to find them. Maybe you break down on the way to the dig, so the rescue service can have the What 3 Words on their phone. And number 4 reason is accident and emergency services are starting to install this app. Every 3 square meters on the planet has a unique code, a bit like longitude, latitude, but this is slightly different. It uses 3 different words. So let's open it and let's show you what it looks like. What 3 Words comes up, and it immediately locates you in the place you are at the moment. So let's just go to somewhere on the map, anywhere. We'll go right out, pick somewhere in the middle of the sticks, and there we are. I've chosen where that is. Let's have a look. Not far from Leicester, and you can see that location is Reap Nails Swing. That's appropriate, swing. But if we go right in closely, you'll see that when you get close enough, you'll see the 3 meter grids pop up. Getting close, getting close. Here we go. There's the 3 meter square grids. Now you can navigate to it, you can share that location, you can save it to a list or add it to favourites. You can also, if you want to send it to your friend across the field, whatever the case may be, go to settings and you can decide what you want to send. So share settings, and it just gives there the URL of where you are, or you can put an introduction text on there for people who have not really understood this before. You can put longitude and latitude on there as well, and you can go into the map. So when you send them the link, they just touch it on their app, they go straight to it, they can see where you are, and then you can navigate there. So if we go back to the settings, it says navigate, and you can open it up with any one of the apps that you prefer. I'll go with Google Maps. It opens up, it navigates you to that location and tells you exactly how to get there and how long it is and how far away they are. So that's number 4 of 5, and we'll soon be moving on to number 5. And now for number 5 in the top 5 apps. One of the most common apps that I've had on my phone and I've used very, very often, although not this particular one very often, is my Tide Times. And it's very useful if you want to go onto a beach detecting or want to go mudlarking on the Thames. So this one is called My Tide Times, and we'll just touch the icon. And it comes up with your immediate location and shows you around you what the tide times are. And there is half a dozen examples. Now, they're not all coastal tide times, because this one does rivers as well, which is quite exciting. Because if I want to go back mudlarking in London, I can choose a date forward according to the tide times and plan the lowest tide where I'm going to be finding the most in the mud. So let's go into the top and type in London, and it will auto complete it for you. And we've got Londonderry, London Bridge Tower Pier, and London Bridge. So we'll go London Bridge Tower Pier, and you can zoom in on that to have a look at the map and the area. Although, of course, the first thing you want to do is check the times. There's high tide and low tide. Not only that, but you've got the 3 little words across the bottom of that white square. The middle one will give you the moon phase, because obviously the moon controls the tides. So you'll get a better idea instantly with a graphic on where the tides are. And if you want to go to the next one, which says more, you'll be able to add that location as a favourite, or indeed share it to somebody else. So I'm going to share the tides, and up pops all the usual stuff on your phone for where you want to show it to. So I think that is a really, really good app for a detectorist, mudlarker, or just a coastal beach walker. That's fantastic. So that's my top 5. How about a bonus? Right, we've had the top 5. Here's the bonus I promised you. It makes good sense to have a first aid app. There's several good ones. I've chosen St John Ambulance, and when you touch it, it simply opens up. There's nothing for you to do. Look for the emergency that you're wanting to treat, open it up. This one's head injury, and it will tell you everything you need to do. On the second icon along at the bottom, it's got common techniques you can use to help people. And on the third one, you've got other allergic reactions, cold, diabetes, faint, heat, and other things. The last button at the end there is calling emergency services, first aid kits, training, and about St John Ambulance and how you can donate if you want to. However, of course, if you're going to be on an organised group dig, they will have a registered member who is first aid trained anyway. But I still think this is probably worthwhile you keeping on your phone. So I hope you enjoyed that top 5 plus the bonus. And now the bit you've all been waiting for. Let's get down to the free coin hat winner from the last video. If you haven't entered yet, it's not too late to enter on this one for next week's video. Yep, so let's not hang around. Let's get on with the pick a winner for the coin hat giveaway. If you entered last week, good luck to you. If you didn't enter, then you can enter this week just by leaving a comment, including the hashtag coin hat giveaway spelt this way. No other spelling will do, because that's what it searches for. Oh, Danny, thank you, mate, and thank you for supporting me. I see you're new to the hobby. I really do hope you go on to find some great things. Send me your details and I'll post it on to you, buddy. Well, that's the end of another top 5 video and a coin hat giveaway. If you haven't entered yet, please do. But if you do, please remember to check the following week to see if you're a winner, because so far this year I've had 18 people not claim their giveaways. Why enter and deprive somebody else? If you'd like to see other things I do as well as coin hats like coin rings and various others, coin art, and my posters, of course, see the links in the video description. Until next week, please like, please share, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do. See you next week. In your cake, all. Steven is a man with a hat and a metal detector.